Hey, welcome to another edition to the OTE podcast. I'm Eric.
I'm Joe.
Today we're going to talk about the latest situation in sports. If you don't know, Kevin Durant and Draymond Green from their Golden State Warriors days sat down a couple of days ago and talked about their experience with the Golden State situation, in which Kevin Durant and Draymond Green had a locker room altercation, and that subsequently led to Kevin Durant leaving the Golden State Warriors, or he cites that's one of the reasons why he left the Golden State Warriors. Well, in the clip, or in the situation or the presentation that they put out there this week, they talked about that situation and how they needed to come to, a resolution. Has been a lot of things out there about the speculation about why Kevin Durant left and Draymond Green being the spearhead in that. They got a lot of things off their chest. I think the main thing from the interview that I picked up was it was about management. Yeah, management was a big reason why.
Once again, management interferes.
Management was a big reason why that team broke apart. What's your take on that?
Well, after watching the clip, we'll put a link below. But it seems that you had a disagreement between two people, two colleagues, essentially, two colleagues, and that management getting themselves injected into the situation turned out to make things worse than it was. Where it's a situation where two men could have just talked it out, came to terms. Management caused it to exacerbate the issue by, I think, provoking. It seemed like the management provoked both parties by trying to tell them what to do. Yeah. And a grown man, especially like alpha dude, most sports guys are alpha type dudes. Yeah. That ain't gonna work. So management definitely in that situation, they misstepped. They did some missteps there.
Yeah, I see your point on that. I just think that it shouldn't have came to management thinking that they had to step in.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant cites that that should have been taken care, of the family. He was thinking that the Golden State Warriors organization, and especially the teammates, were a family. So that should have been a situation that was kept in-house. That should have been addressed fully when the situation happened, but I guess it lingered. But it didn't have to. In my opinion, two grown men, the situation didn't have to linger.
No.
Well, once the situation happened, they should have said their piece. Then they should have hugged it out, dapped it up,
and moved on about
it.
Once you got third parties saying you got to do this, you got to do that.
Well, I'm sure they didn't immediately step in and say that. I think they felt like, well, Kevin Durant probably told his camp something. Draymond probably told his camp something. Then it gets back to them. It's like, well, we got to do some crisis management.
Yeah, crisis management.
Because they're thinking about, okay, what could this potentially do to our team? Because they probably weren't talking, as some alpha males do. Well, I got this. He did me wrong. I'm not. He did me wrong. I'm not going to say anything to him. He has to apologize to me, or knowing that his status, Kevin Durant's status, Draymond Green's probably thinking, he thinks he's bigger than the team. He thinks this team is, this team will be okay before him. It's like he said in the past when that situation was occurring. I can remember. This team was good before you. This team's going to be good after you. So who knows what's going on in his mind, and who knows what's going on in Kevin Durant's mind.
Maybe he felt slighted or something.
Yeah. And I felt like management probably said, okay, these two guys aren't talking, so we need to do something. Again, should they have involved themselves? Probably not, but these two individuals had a chance to resolve this issue fairly quicker than I think they were letting known in this interview. They're trying to blame management, but they should be blaming themselves because it's all about the players. The players are going to go out there and play.
Exactly.
Management just puts the team together. But in this era of NBA, the players usually control things.
Yeah, they have a lot more power.
They have a lot more power and a lot more say. So I just don't buy that. That is all management's fault. They messed it all up.
No, I don't. No, definitely not all. Yeah. I think if it got to the point where management had to intervene at all, then they went too far with it. The individual, they went too far with it.
Yeah. Management.
Then it caused management to overreact, I think, and insert themselves too deep in it. When maybe they should have played it differently. But then, like you said, how would management know how to fix this?
Yeah.
Well, it's an issue with two people.
Yeah,
exactly. The two people going to fix this, actually.
Yeah.
So management was just trying to do what they thought they can do, which ended up, in hindsight, maybe made the situation worse.
Yes, and you also see, if you hit the when we provide the link to the show that they were on discussing this matter, you also hear Draymond Green say that the management took him in a room and they talked for an hour and 45 minutes. Draymond Green wasn't receptive to any of that. So they brought him back the next day and asked him, the management asked Draymond Green, "Are you ready to apologize to Kevin?" And he apparently laughed in their face. That's when they went to suspend him. My thing is, during the course of that 24 hours, how come he didn't go and apologize to him?
Well, he didn't want to. He wasn't. He said he wasn't ready yet. He wasn't ready.
But the thing is, did he communicate to them? It's like, we'll resolve it.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So that's
or was
the thing.
He being
that's
childish?
He was being childish.
He was being childish. Yeah.
He was being childish. He was being, and you're right. I think that it was some sort of resentment towards him.
Yeah.
Because wasn't a superstar that he was. He felt like he probably didn't want him on the team.
Yeah, a new guy coming in. Yeah. You know how it is when a new guy comes in.
And even though they won a couple of championships together, it just got to the point because we're talking about athletes, they probably have their own. They definitely have their own posse. I was gonna say posse, but that's what it pretty much is. They have their entourage.
They got their handlers.
All those.
They got their hanger-ons.
Yeah. So, I think in that situation, you can't put. I don't think you can put any of it on management because they had enough time to where they're together to know how they both are and when to resolve something.
Yeah, and move on.
So for Kevin Durant to try to put it on, and for Kevin Durant to put it on management, you have to go to him as a man and talk to him and learn and know how to let it go. The thing is, he's putting it on management because he was ready to go then. Kevin Durant doesn't stick anywhere for very long.
Nah, he's a Rolling Stone.
Yeah. So, and Draymond Green now I feel like is saying these things because he knows his time is up in Golden State.
Yeah.
He's ready to leave. And it's pretty much the same thing. He was ready to go. That's why he left. He put it out there like Kevin Durant was ready to go at the time. He's like, I can't get no more out of this situation. I'm ready to go. He probably thought he was going to be heralded going to Golden State and winning a championship or winning 2 championships. He didn't get the satisfaction internally that he thought he was going to get or validation he thought he was going to get. So he was ready to go. It's just that situation was just the icing on the cake.
That seems like it to me.
Yeah.
That seems a good way to just sum that whole situation up.
Now he's saying, well, so he's saying now, if everything went well, hunky-dory, he would have stayed? No, he wouldn't have. He had a similar situation in Oklahoma.
Yep.
A good situation.
The common denominator, Kevin Durant.
Yeah. So, me personally, I'm not buying the whole management thing.
I was kind of half there. Now I'm like, okay, thinking about it more. Like, what?
I'm just not buying.
Yeah, you kind of laid out your case.
Yeah. It. So they can levy allegations at the environment, but they can levy allegations at the management, but that management helped them win. And that management is usually hands off with a lot of stuff because Steve Kerr came from the Chicago Bulls and seen how they did things there. So usually Steve Kerr is usually like a hands-off type of coach.
Yep.
The organization's in a progressive type of city. They've always done great things in a progressive manner. Players first. So to me, yeah, they may have overreached, but they were well within their rights to, because they seen a detrimental situation.
They had to do something.
They felt like they had to do something.
It got to the point where
it wasn't going to get resolved, because they probably seen that Kevin Durant would already had his 1 foot out the door. They probably seen that. And Draymond Green was going to be, knowing his volatile personality, was trying to push him out the door.
Yeah. See, I mean, you laid it out. So sometimes you go on these things, you got one opinion, you talk it out.
Yeah.
You start looking at it the other kind of way. That's why this podcast is useful and I think enjoyable.
Yeah.
And I would say that's it for this one. Yeah. I mean, you got some good points in there. I mean, you brought me to your side on that one, definitely.
I appreciate it.
All right.